I should have written.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, gentlemen, straight to our final conversation. Political loyalty has a price. And in Kano State, that price may now cost the deputy governor his office. The State House of Assembly has formally commenced impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor Aminu Abdussalam Gwazo. The House served a notice of impeachment against him during plenary on Thursday over allegations of gross misconduct, abuse of office, and breach of public trust. The impeachment notice was endorsed by 38 lawmakers, meeting the constitutional threshold required to initiate the process. The impeachment move comes against the backdrop of a deepening political rift triggered by defection of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf from the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC) in January, but Gwazo declined to jump ship. Bikil, the Kano State House of Assembly finally moved against the deputy governor. Did you see this coming?
Yes, of course.
Really?
100%. Yes. This is what happens all the time. I think even the Bayelsa deputy governor, they didn't move to impeach him, but we were hearing that it will happen and all that, you know. So usually when a governor defects, they expect 100% loyalty from their deputies, because they see deputies purely as a spare tire with no role given to them in the Constitution. So when the governor leaves and the deputy says, no, I'm not joining you, he feels bad, he feels offended. He feels that the guy does not is not loyal to him, the guy does not honor him, and they will start making moves. Look at the case of Kano, the lawmakers, in good numbers, they went with the governor. All the local government chairmen, the 44 local government chairmen, they went with the governor. So he felt that his deputy should have come with him. But this deputy had always been fiercely loyal to Kwankwaso. And other people in the government, like commissioners, some of them have resigned, but this governor refused to resign. There was an interview that one of the governor's aides granted, where he was saying that the deputy governor should resign if he cannot work with them and all that. But the deputy governor refused to resign. Now he called, he granted an interview where he called the governor a betrayer. So to the governor's people, he crossed the line.
He crossed the line.
If they left you alone and you now didn't see anything wrong in calling the man a betrayer, that means you are looking for a fight. And they've taken the fight to him. That's what they've done. This thing happens all the time. Zamfara. Remember Zamfara when Matali left the PDP for APC? His deputy, Gusau, refused to go with him. The next thing, they decided to impeach him. But he went to court, and he succeeded.
I thought it's a matter of choice.
When Magataka Dawamako was governor of Sokoto, his deputy was Muktari Shagari. Muktari Shagari was a former minister under Obasanjo. It was Obasanjo that chose Wamako as governorship candidate. Muktari had won the ticket of the PDP.
Primaries.
Yes. But Obasanjo took it from him and said, this is the more popular person. He will be our standard bearer. And said, you go and be deputy to him. For those 8 years, Muktari refused to leave the PDP. After Wamako went to APC. You know when they formed APC?
Yes.
Wamako was one of the governors who went there. Muktari didn't go with him. They were tolerating one another until they left office.
Okay.
Yeah. until they left office.
Tolerating one another.
Yeah. But usually this is what governors do. Once you fail to go with them, they will say, okay, they must impeach you, they will bring another person. This is what they do all the time, you know. So, but sometimes those guys win in court because you must show that indeed he had breached the Constitution. You can't just say you want to remove someone just because he refused to join your party. You must prove that indeed he breached the Constitution. And many times they are unable to prove because these people are not even people that you normally even give any role to. Look at Lucky Orimesan, Ayedatiwa. They came up with a phony impeachment allegations against him. How was somebody, even the vehicle that they claimed that he took government money to buy was a vehicle that he had been using before he became deputy governor. Funny people. So at the end of the day, it was the injunction that saved Ayedatiwa because the chief judge did not move.
Exactly.
25 persons wrote signed the impeachment this thing. 25 of them for somebody who did not commit a single offense. You see the kind of lawmakers that we have in Nigeria. Lawmakers who are firmly in the deep pockets of governors. That's where they put their heads, inside the pockets of governors. So it is what the governors want that they do. But you are supposed to be a check on the governor.
Exactly.
So you are not even exercising your role. So once a governor says he does not like your face, lawmakers that normally should be independent, they will now queue behind the governor and say, okay, he has to go. Why didn't he defect with us? It was going to happen even Agbola during Aketi's time as governor. The same thing. They tried to impeach him. Because and it's a shared mandate.
Exactly.
First and foremost.
Joint ticket.
It's a joint ticket. But they don't think about that. Once you don't go with them, no, this person. Look at the funny things that Obaseki did to Shuaibu. Even Shuaibu wanted to greet him in church. Obaseki is a very ridiculous man. He wanted to greet him in church. He refused. Just to greet his boss. Later, he relocated him completely from
this government house,
took him to somewhere else.
But anyway, but let's look at the allegations. How do you consider the key allegations leveled against, the deputy governor?
Sometimes most of these, in quote, I stand to be corrected, politicians, they soiled their hands one way or the other. But just like they said, he's been given 14 days to come and prove otherwise. And that, I'm happy about that. So if you can prove whatever it is they are alleging against you, and that one is okay for me. Because most of the time when they ask them, like one of the allegations saying that some money released to about 44 local government, he will say is on executive visit to them,
Okay, while he was the commissioner.
Yes, a kind of kickback and all of that. So I think he will prove all that. And just like BK has said so many times, it's just a ridiculous allegation because you are not dancing to the tone of the governor. And they have forgotten that it's a joint ticket. And but of course, sometimes when you look at it and they say you can't be working in this party and expect this party to pay you. So if you are here, I feel that if you can fight it, fight it. But if you cannot, honorable thing for you to do is just to resign before they will rubbish your year in the office.
But another thing, BK, do you think this move could have political consequences in Kano?
You see, the battle line is drawn already.
It's drawn already.
It's drawn. Abba Kabir Yusuf had been close to this to Kwankwaso for 40 years. He is an in-law, married to Kwankwaso's elder brother. Daughter of Kwankwaso's elder brother. So it's like being married to my own daughter. Yes. So, and his work with him in the past was at one point his PA and all that. So, for them to have fallen apart in this way, I'm really ashamed of politics, honestly. Honestly. Because a relationship of 40 years, frittered on the altar of politics is something that is worrying. Let's forget whatever has happened, because I don't get it. Politics is such a nasty game, and politicians are quick to betray. They have no scruples. They are quick to betray.
Betrayal is part of the game of politics, though.
But it shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so, because there's morality. There's morality even in politics. So forget about how dirty the game is. There is morality in politics. And when somebody betrays you, it's not something that you get excited about. You feel very bad. You feel very bad. I don't know how politicians sleep, because you do something, you know that this is wrong. But you just tell yourself that, yes, even though it is wrong, I will do it.
Still
Come on. You have to think twice. I'm not by this saying that, Kabir Yusuf, I'm not blaming him for the fact that the relationship broke down. But I expect that a relationship of 40 years should not end up in this way. This is the way I see it. Maybe that's why I adopted that attitude to the Fubara Wike thing. Maybe that's why. Well, some people do not think we should be talking about these moral issues and all that when it comes to politics. But I still believe that there should be morality in politics, no matter the situation. Now, Abba Kabir Yusuf has gone to APC. He has found a new home. Some people told me that Kwankwaso was trying to remove him from office, was not going to give him another ticket. You know, when you also become so powerful as a politician, you believe too that you can use power anyhow.
Okay.
So it's like the governor saw the APC as one way of escaping disgrace from office. Now the battle line is drawn. He must make sure that no matter what Kwankwaso does, he retains his position as governor. Otherwise, it will be terrible. Otherwise, it will be terrible. And the man that is dealing with it is extremely popular.
Okay.
But you can also not dismiss the capacity of a governor to mobilize. All the 44 local government chairmen are with him. So, to a large extent, he also has the grassroots. But Kwankwaso is fiercely strong in Kano. And it will take some stopping. It will really take some stopping.
All right, just round up this conversation for us.
Yes, mine is that sometime, let me borrow a word from former governor of Lagos State, Fashola, while he was being interviewed during one screening at the National. He said, may your loyalty never be tested. Because sometimes some of these godfather in quote, they ask much more than expected from these governors because they are instrumental in putting them there. You know, people will definitely help people one way or the other, but when you now become unbearable, the kind of things, and some they make themselves gods and in that position, and the governor sees that, okay, the handwritten on the wall shows that I'm not going to have this ticket. You know, finding a comfort zone or a safe landing in APC so that they can, and don't forget that politics is about personal interest.
Yeah, true.
What is your interest? What is my interest? What you are doing is giving room for my own interest. So if it's not there, so definitely you want to shy away. And of course, the relationship that span 4 decades, I think there should be some kind of morality or a middle way for them to break even. But if there's none, everybody will
Yes.
The SGF and the government, they've not been able to forgive one another in almost 4 years. So
All right. Anyway, fingers crossed. Adini Ifeta, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining us right here on the show. How would you describe your first experience? You enjoyed
amazing. I've been doing this, so
that's so good. That's so good. Vicky, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.